As always, it is so great to have you here. I hope you're staying safe and healthy out there. You know, with the situation we're in right now with this virus, it's like one day things are getting better, the next day they're bad again. My advice, stay at home and make some delicious food that's healthy for you and is gonna fill your body with so much goodness. Anyways, today, that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna make a delicious potato dish from the south of Spain. We're talking patatas and Andaluza. Now, we've made a lot of potato dishes here on the show that hail from Spain, but these right here really step above the rest as they have the most incredible textures and flavors, folks. Serve these potatoes next to some grilled fish, some roasted tofu, or even for breakfast next to some fried eggs. Either way, this is what great food is all about. Let's begin by grabbing a large fry pan, heating it with a medium heat, and adding in a quarter cup of extra virgin olive oil, which is 60 milliliters. While the olive oil is heating, I'm going to cut a slice of baguette that's about 1 inch thick, which is 2.5 centimeters. Remove the skins from 4 cloves of garlic, and measure out a quarter cup of blanched almonds, which is 36 grams. After heating the olive oil for about 2 minutes, I'm going to add in the slice of baguette, the cloves of garlic, and the blanched almonds. And we're going to mix the cloves of garlic and the almonds around continuously and cook them for about 4 minutes or until they're lightly sauteed, and cook the slice of baguette for 2 minutes per side. That way it's golden fried on both sides. After about 4 minutes and the garlic and the almonds are lightly sauteed and that slice of baguette is golden fried on both sides, I'm going to remove the pan from the heat and transfer everything into a mortar, making sure to reserve the olive oil in the pan. Then I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of chopped parsley into the mortar, which is about 8 grams. Pinch in a quarter teaspoon of saffron threads, which is 0.17 grams. As always, you'll find a link where you can get the saffron threads I'm using from Golden Saffron in the description box below. And we'll season with a little sea salt. And using a pestle, I'm going to pound down on the mixture until we form a paste. For this step, you can also use a food processor. For the next step, let's start getting the potatoes ready. I'm going to cut 3 medium-sized potatoes that have been peeled, washed, and patted dry, each one into small pieces that are 1/2 inch thick, which is about 1 1/4 centimeters. Now, to make this recipe, I'm using new potatoes. You want to use potatoes here that are a bit more waxy than starchy. That way when you cook them, they hold their shape and they don't get mushy. Then I'm going to grab the same fry pan that has the reserved olive oil in it and heat it with a medium-high heat. After heating the pan for about 2 minutes, I'm going to add in the pieces of potato. And we'll mix the potatoes around, that way they're all coated in the olive oil, and we're just going to lightly fry them for a couple minutes. After lightly frying the potatoes just for about 4 minutes, that way they get some texture to them, I'm going to add in the garlic and almond mixture. And we'll season everything generously with sea salt, freshly cracked black pepper, and add in 3 cups of cold water, which is 710 milliliters. You can also use broth here, but I prefer to use the water. That way it doesn't overpower the flavor of the almond mixture. And we'll give this a gentle mix. That way everything's evenly mixed together. Once the water comes to a boil, I'm going to place a lid on the pan and lower the fire to a low-medium heat. And we're going to simmer this for about 25 minutes. This is enough time for all the flavors to develop and for those potatoes to be perfectly cooked through. After about 25 minutes, I'm going to remove the lid from the pan. And look how beautiful this turned out. And as you can see, a lot of that water has been absorbed by the potatoes, and the water that's remaining has really thickened up thanks to the almond and garlic mixture. And you know, you can always tell when your potatoes are perfectly cooked through. You just pierce them with a toothpick, and if it goes in there easily, but with some resistance, they are ready to go. For the final step of the recipe, I'm going to measure out 1/3 cup of frozen peas, which is about 50 grams, and add them into the pan. We'll give it a quick mix, that way those peas are evenly distributed. Place the lid back on the pan and go for about 2 minutes. Then we'll remove the pan from the heat. Transfer the potatoes into a serving dish. And sprinkle it with some finely chopped parsley. Check it out, our Andalusian style Spanish potatoes are done. Once again, these are known here as patatas a la Andaluza. Easy to make, come together in about 45 minutes, and they have such a beautiful presentation. Let's give them a try and see how they turned out. Now this is what classic Spanish food is all about. Look how beautiful these turned out. Here we go. First things first is to cook on those potatoes. They're perfectly cooked through and they smell in your mouth, but they kept their shape. But the beauty of this recipe is that mixture with the almonds, the garlic, the bread, and the saffron. It gives it such a beautiful texture and flavor. Folks, you saw this, a beautiful potato dish from the south of Spain, from the region of Andalusia. Give these potatoes a try at home. You will not believe how good they are. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Linda Bufano, Hollis Helmichi, Sam Cohen, Kent Anderson, Michael Cole, and Luli Garcia Diaz. Again, guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. For the rest of you, if you're not with me on Patreon and you'd like to support the show, you'll find my Patreon link in the description box below and iCard above. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and don't forget to share this video with your family and friends. That way our Spain on a Fork community can continue to grow. Till the next time, hasta luego.